penguin fucking goddamn bitch fucking... Where's my mic? Is this my mic? Maybe. Twitch chat, can you hear me? Do I sound presentable? Do I sound hot and sexy?
It sounds like you're audible.
Excellent. Did I forget to grab a PlayStation controller? Yes. Is there a Mad Catz controller sitting within reach? Also yes. Am I gonna play with it? Fuck it, I guess so. Moving a desk into your room means that your entire room gets kind of destroyed, so I don't actually know where the controller I've been using went. I had to, like, re-hook up the PS2. But now it's sitting nicely atop my desk. So it will be in the way later, but currently it looks nice and it's easy to access. So I'm having a good time.
Next week you guys gotta figure out what the heck you two are doing.
Who two?
You two.
Oh yeah, you're going to PAX East, aren't you?
I'm Boston journeying that day.
I'm not.
I know.
Yeah, I'm
sad.
I'm the odd man out because I'm too broke, but I am starting to save money. I saved a pretty good amount last month. Hello, HDMI pass-through. Hello. Well, actually, I could just pull up the Elgato software. That would also work fine. We're prepared here at Johnny. We're always so prepared. I don't know why the fucking monitor pass-through isn't cooperating with me. Elgato software. Earth to Elgato software. Hello. Okay, it's getting there. Elgato, goddammit, you son of a bitch. Okay. That's acceptable, I guess. Can you guys still see okay?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Alright, let's conquer this fucking mountain.
Hey, you did the right thing this time.
Wow. See, we get a little better every time. We get a little better every time. I gotta start preparing these a little more in advance, just because with the fuck up with my monitor now, I'm like reconfiguring my entire screen so I can see chat and also the video game. But that's okay.
Oh yeah, chat.
Hey chat. You could say these snowboarders don't know how to SSX. They've never had SSX. You could say they're... I can't think of a pun that would incorporate the word virgin organically. Weezer fans, I don't know. Fuck it, who cares? But we're having SSX, because we're hot and SSXy. Chad, are you feeling... I'm not going to ask that. I feel like that's a boundary push.
Are you a boundary break, as she says?
What we're going to do is, we're gonna... What the fuck? We're gonna take a look at the normal bounds of public conversation, and we're gonna blow right past those and see what the developers hit outside of bounds, like the restraining order. Okay, I can't play the game like this. Hang on. I'm like, we're doing the customary Johnny tech support, but it's only on my end this time. Like, everything I assume is going well for everyone else, but I've like fucked myself out of being able to see this in a way that makes any sense. So now I have to noodle about with this for a sec. Yes, keep the changes. Keep the fucking changes, please. Okay. Please. Full screen. Okay. Life makes sense again. Can you guys still see the game?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can play this with a Mad Catz controller and not want to like fucking blow my brains out in Minecraft, but so far it's not looking good.
Me when the cats are mad.
The cats
okay,
are mad.
that is not the description that I would use for the tech support, but good spirit.
I like describing it as foreplay. It's until you get to the glistening goodness of me playing the game badly organically. Yeah, no, this stick is fucking like drifting or something. I cannot play with this controller. All right.
Get a real controller.
I'm working.
Stop owning Mad Catz.
Oh, PS1 controller's right here. Excellent. Listen, I thought it would be funny, and in fairness, it is. The rumble motor on that controller is the most overactive thing I've ever used in my life. was trying to play Kingdom Hearts on it, and Will could fucking hear the rumble through the microphone.
I don't actually know if I own any Mad Catz products. Like, not even the good ones.
Oh, I know I do. I got the big boy GameCube controller.
Oh, let's go.
The one with the M button.
Oh god. Was it a Mad Catz controller? Will had a GameCube controller that's got like, I think the start button is like a star, and it somehow works on the GameCube but not on the Wii.
How?
I have no fucking idea, but it's very funny.
Yeah, I just have like a beefy Mad Catz GameCube controller, and there was an M button on it, and I think my dad told me don't press the M button, so I got super scared to press the M button, so I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, what the fuck happens if you press the M button? That makes it sound like the world explodes if you press the M button, right?
I mean, it was just opposite of the Z button.
You accidentally hit the fucking M button once, and like a SWAT team comes into your house and you go to jail.
It was like I was afraid about when you put a CD in your computer and it says burn, and I was really afraid of that because I didn't want to start any fires.
Oh, that's actually really funny. What do you think you'd have done as a kid if you had like the Skies of Arcadia Dreamcast disc and you put it into a CD player and they were like, "Hey, put us back into a Dreamcast. I can't save the world from a CD player."
I mean, first off, I wouldn't do that, but second of all, I'd be horrified. Hey, Johnny, question.
That's me, I'm a question.
Why are we doing this again?
Oh, we already did this. Okay. Sorry. I was just so ecstatic that this controller was working. They put the nuclear launch button on a Mad Catz. They would. Hello, Kelly. How's it going?
So I
just quit the game.
Why did you do that?
Listen,
So
we're not
I was
smart
thinking
here.
about Mad Catz. I think the only Mad Catz products that are desirable in any way are like any of the Rock Band 4 shit they made, because they were the only ones that made Rock Band 4 shit.
Yeah.
And then also the old Street Fighter 4 fight stick that they made for the Xbox 360.
Oh, they did do that, didn't they? I forgot about that.
They were like the first actual fight stick.
That's wild to think about. Talking about Street Fighter controllers, for some reason that's one of my holy grails, is I don't think Mad Catz made them, I forget who did, but there's a line of PS2 controllers that just have Street Fighter characters on them, and they're not fight sticks, but they have like the clickier D-pad and the 6 face buttons on the front. And those are like
I do know that Hori's making some like that now, I think. I think it's Hori.
Yeah, pretty sure. That would be a pretty Hori thing. I wonder if they made those controllers.
I think you were doing Peak 2 race and you failed at the last 10 seconds.
That's right. I'm getting distracted Googling PS2 controllers to see if I can... Newbie Tech? Who the fuck is Newbie Tech? Nubile Tech? I don't know. I don't even know what that word means, actually. I may have just said something horrible and I'll never know.
When I think of Xbox joysticks, I think of this abomination.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that fucking thing.
Discord, if you would.
What was that called? Like the fucking Xbox Live Arcade controller?
It's the
Oh,
Xbox
God,
360
yeah.
Live Arcade game stick.
I forgot about that fucking thing. I could see myself playing maybe Pac-Man, but isn't the stick just on top of an analog stick? Like it's not actually a proper stick.
I think it sucks is what I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. Whoa, hello, big game. Ugh.
EA Sports big.
This is a lie. This isn't my desktop. This is not my beautiful desktop capture. There it is.
How do we just... Okay.
I'm just
I was trying to figure out how that worked.
With the people. This isn't actually like a functional arcade stick. This is an analog stick with extra steps. Is this supposed to be like one of those like paddle things that you would use for like breakout?
I think that is an Arkanoid spinner.
I like the idea of that. You know what really gets me is imagine trying to play a game with the fucking D-pad and face buttons on this thing.
It looks
What
like it has
kind
more
of
of
a
a
life would
real
that be?
D-pad than the actual controller, though.
Which is actually really funny. It's like, oh, you gotta, in order to get like a solid Xbox D-pad, you're gonna have to break out the fucking, you're gonna have to break out the shitty arcade stick where they like literally just threw random controller parts at a fucking like solid block.
Like, it was made to sell to people who remember the Atari.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's like, ooh, we have all these arcade games.
Unlike the other products that are made to sell to people who remember the Atari.
Yeah, which are all good in quality, famously.
And are definitely not just running NES versions of Atari games. Nuh-uh.
That's like the funniest thing I've ever learned is the plug-and-play Atari consoles, where the NES is easier to emulate, so they just have native NES ports of the games.
That's
Like the
very
funniest
funny.
shit ever. Like some of which did not have NES ports before, so they made new NES ports because emulating the Atari ports was too hard.
That's incredibly funny.
It's so fucking good. I think it was actually just because making the Famiclone hardware was cheap, which is still very funny, but I like the idea that it was just too difficult. It was just too big of an ask.
I mean, we still see Famiclones constantly.
Oh yeah, no, there's a reason. Like they're cheap to produce and like I guess they function fine if you're into that sort of
People
thing.
probably buy them, maybe.
I assume like
I don't know about that one.
I assume the return on investment has to be high just because the manufacturing cost is so low. I don't know how the fuck I didn't whiff that.
Look, my local pawn shop has been absolutely drowning in like knockoff NES minis.
Oh, those fucking disgusting.
Are there
things.
intelligent ColecoVision consoles running on NES ROMs? I'm gonna guess no, because those games use the keypad, the phone dial-up system,
Oh,
you know?
God, the old
Like, you
keypad.
can't really get Utopia running on an NES because you need 5 million buttons to get that to
That's
work.
the trouble. I guess there's
Ooh, speaking of buttons, the select button, thank you.
There's no problem. There's maybe Coleco games where you could do that, but it would depend. I'm not familiar enough to with the library to know how many games could function with just like 2 buttons.
That's like... Old consoles are so fascinating to me like that, because it was...
They didn't know better.
This was back before video games were, like, real.
Yes.
And yet they decided to let's make our console have 500 buttons for games with 2 colors.
What if the controller was a goddamn telephone? Like, oh, that went. Well.
Time did not exist before 1985.
And then...
Fucking apparently.
And then after everyone was like, that was stupid, let's never do that again, Atari's like, hey, but let's do that again on the Jaguar.
We're bringing it back. That's right, beloved video game thing. A telephone, not a cell phone, a telephone.
Sure, I mean, maybe the amount of buttons on a regular controller nowadays is comparable to the keypad nightmares, but again, we have SSXy now, they didn't.
I mean, it's
Look,
also
I think
like they're designed for your fingers. Sorry.
The only thing, like the only good thing that Atari has ever done was publish Budokai 3.
I don't think that's the only good thing they've ever done, but it's certainly the only good thing they've done, like, past the 80s.
They made Pong. That's something.
Yeah, they sure did make
I don't think
Pong.
that I don't think did Atari create the first version of Pong? Because I don't think they did.
Okay,
They
to be
definitely
fair-
own the rights to the popular version of it that is called Pong. I don't know if
Yeah,
they
okay, yeah.
created
To
it.
be fair, the first version of Pong was 10 is for 2,
That's true.
which wasn't... And then the Magnavox Odyssey
I assume,
also had a Pong.
I assume Atari came up with the name Pong. So
A
I guess
person from the
there's that.
70s could never comprehend SSX3.
It's true.
Yes, they could. My dad knows what this is.
They would look at it. If it were in the 70s, you would show them it, and they'd be like, "Wow, this is some weird footage of
movie.
real life snowboarding." Yeah. What's all this like shit on the hub? They wouldn't even know what that is. They wouldn't know a HUD, not hub. Sorry. They wouldn't know what that means. But yeah, no, their head would probably explode if you handed them a controller and you were affecting this movie of real life that you were showing them.
I guess other.
Yeah, shit,
Atari.
I guess Atari does own Pong.
Yeah, they do. It's in a. I only know that because it's in Atari 50. I guess
I know that because they made Pong.
Yeah, no. Well, I didn't organically know that because to me, I'm like, oh well, Pong has always existed. It's kind of like how
You like oh Space Invaders, this thing that just appeared one day, even though it's Taito.
Right.
I feel like Pong should be in the public domain.
It feels like it basically is, but it feels
It's
like
tennis.
even like the name Pong should be at this.
Tennis
point.
is public domain, as far as I know.
I mean, you can make Pong clone pretty easy, but yeah, no, I was thinking, it's sort of like how with music, and this is not universal certainly, but for a lot of people, like analysis of like pop music and shit like that begins in the '60s. Like it doesn't exist until the Beatles exist.
Hey, hold on. Speaking of music, I forgot Craig.
Oh well, you can.
I'm sure
add
the
him
other
now.
VODs are fine.
You can add him now.
I don't care.
I think one of the other VODs caught like one piece of music, but I don't think it muted the whole VOD. I think I just can't
so who
upload it
cares?
until I fix it. Yeah.
Yellow card isn't gonna like destroy you today.
No,
That's
I think
fine.
And honestly, I think YouTube allows you to use something equivalent to Adobe Enhance now to just remove the music. So like worst case, I could just do that.
Worst case, it sucks, but that's whatever.
Yeah, worst case, the audio sucks for like 3 minutes because it only catches like one of the songs for some reason.
Way away from here, I'll leave.
Shit. But yeah, like for a lot of people, it's like, ah, yes, pop music, which began in 1962. And I feel like for a lot of people, myself included to some degree, video games begin with Pac-Man. Like, they don't exist until the 80s, basically. Everything before
Dude, video
that
games
just
came a
feels-
long way since Pac.
They've come a long
Sorry.
way. No, though.
Movies didn't exist before Jaws and Star Wars.
Right, like, it's like, obviously they did, but, like, things before that, like, it's like Fly Me to the Moon, the fucking original one. It's like, someone wrote that. It's like, no, they didn't. It always existed. It has existed since the dawn of time, and it's like, no.
We go
it's
backwards.
It's from, like, the 40s. So, like, Space Invaders and, like, Pong, I'm like,
See,
those
the
have
thing
just
about
always existed.
is I'm not a Beatles fan, but I will say that because the Beatles exist, we actually have music that isn't just some old guy being really bored, you know?
Yeah, I think you could draw a direct corollary between the Beatles existing and many interesting types of music existing, or at least existing in the form that they exist in now.
So, my experience with music that is for ancient men is Tony Hawk's Underground 2, where they put Frank Sinatra in it for some reason,
Fucking Frankie, yeah.
and it's
The
just
guy
like
from
him
the
going,
Boulevard?
and he's just Ring of Fire. He's just so bored.
That's
He's
Johnny
not-
Cash.
Okay, well,
I was gonna
you know,
say Johnny Cash is also old person music, but he also
You know,
existed
well-
contemporaneously with the Beatles.
I don't know who Frank Sinatra is anymore. Actually, I'm wrong.
He sang the popular
Fly Me to the
version
Moon.
of Fly Me to the Moon, yeah. He didn't write it, but he sang the...
You mean like
popular
that? That's
version of it.
that's the movie with the flies that they go to space, right?
Oh my god. I thought you were going to pull... I realize you're not enough of a weeb to have pulled it's the song from Evangelion and or Bayonetta, but that's
I mean,
what a lot of
I
people
could have pulled
call.
Bayonetta.
Yeah.
I could have, but I think my answer's the funniest one.
That's true. I heavily associate it with Evangelion. There is a parody of that song in Sesame Street about the worm named Slimy that's called Slimy to the Moon, which I really like.
I mean, I don't even remember the actual lyrics to Fly Me to the Moon anymore
Let me
because a
play
Tumblr post
Among
ruined it.
Us.
Like, a Tumblr post ruined it for me.
Oh, is it the one about, like, hating the fucking moon?
Fly me to the moon, let me kick its fucking ass.
It's a good one.
Like, show it all the moves I learned in my moon jujitsu class.
That's such a banger line. I keep forgetting that it's like a marathon, so that's not just the ending. But yeah,
You
no.
also gotta go fast.
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing that very well. But yeah, no, Will and I did like a cover of Fly Me to the Moon a couple years ago, and someone in our Discord chat, I'll never forgive them, cut it to like the first 5 seconds, so it sounds like I'm saying, Fly me to the moon and let me play Among Us. I'll never forgive them for putting that fucking worm in my brain.
See, I mean,
In
we're
my
talking about
own
video
voice.
games before Pac-Man not existing. To be honest, you know, Johnny, I think you're on a better pace than last time.
Yeah, this is
Unbelievably.
actually not unsalvageable.
Just because it says you're plus 52 seconds doesn't mean you're not going to finish. You were like plus 30 on peak one race, and you won just fine.
Was that
Anyway.
plus 52? I thought that was like plus... I can't read fucking decimals.
That was plus
apparently.
52.
Jesus, okay. Well, we can still fix this. Here's how Bernie
Anyway,
can still win.
Ancient video games, I'm honestly starting to get a little bit fascinated by them just because they're so
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, it's like... Because even like... I always think like... I'm getting really interested in just like primitive 80s arcade games. But it's like, you want to talk fucking primitive video games. Like, before Pac-Man, it's like, do you even really have that many games that have fucking characters in them? And it's like, kinda. Space Invaders kinda does. Not really, though.
There was... Oh, no.
There's also a
lost.
perception that before, like, Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, they were all space shooters. And while that's not true, many of them were.
Oh, yeah, because... Can't make backgrounds when there's no colors, so...
Exactly, so you just make it in the fucking black depths of space. And
Yeah.
also, it's like, ooh, well, dudes are playing video games, and Star Wars is real big with dudes right now. That was, like, one of the things with Pac-Man, is that was, like, one of the first games that, like, actually attracted, more women to play it in the arcade. Like, they designed it to be less fucking, ooh, it's a space shooter, and so it actually had,
hold
like,
on.
a decently even gender ratio.
Spin Dash in chat, I want you to know that I was literally going to watch your Baby Park video, like, at some point really soon, because I saw it in my recommendations. I was like, that sounds like a fun video, and I forgot that you're just one of our friends in the chat, you know?
That's funny as shit. There's the titular gunman of Wild Gunmen. That's true. No, there's like a couple. What's that? Fuck, I can't quite place it, but wasn't Duck Hunt like the original version of that was like some weird FMV shit that predated
It was a light
lot
gun,
of stuff.
like in the real world, maybe.
Yeah, it was like a
Like,
FMV
it was
light
literally,
gun game.
Not FMV. It's literally a projector that you shoot. That like it's just a fucking projector that you put pictures of ducks on the wall and shoot at it.
Oh, so it's only a video game in like the loosest sense of the term. And
It's
then-
not even a video game. It's a toy.
I mean, I don't know. That's when you start getting into like the really stupid semantic arguments of like, well, video is being projected in order to play this game.
I don't think video was being projected. I think pictures were being projected.
It's a picture game.
You know why it's been popping off? It's because they announced Lego Wario in Lego Mario Kart.
Oh,
I'm still kind of mad that minifigures are not a thing in the Lego Mario sense. I know it's
It
the
is
only
weird.
thing anybody ever talks about with Lego Mario, but there's a reason why.
Counterpoint,
Wow.
Lego King Boo is hilarious and I love him.
that's very
I do think it's very funny, but I also really want a Lego Mario minifigure.
The solution is just to buy one of the numerous awful bootlegs of that I'm sure exist that I have seen.
I tried doing that with Dragon Ball. It did not fill the void.
I did there's like a retro game shop kind of in my area where there's some good ones too. There's one really good one that I like to go to that's really
Mario
close now.
Kart Connects were cooler.
But there's one retro game store where I liked it, but then the owner started putting up like literally like AI art on the walls, and he sells like fucking like awful like Lego like bootleg minifigures of characters. Where it's like, do you want this Lego Misty from Pokemon? And it looks like horrific, and they have like all the Sailor Moon characters, and they all look horrible, and it's really.
Oh yeah, they
funny.
have those at every convention.
Yep, and he just sells them at his fucking game store, so that's fun. Next to the
Because
AI
you can
art
get
of
them
Sonic
for, like-
on the wall.
You can get them for less than $1 on Alibaba.
See,
Yeah, I know he's not selling them for that much, but he absolutely got those off of like fucking AliExpress for like nothing.
see My baby park pinions. Oh, see, look, Johnny, look, you're at plus 23 or negative, whatever. Who cares? You're doing better.
I was gonna say that's like a 30-second jump. If I just keep up this pace,
you'll win. And my baby park pinions before I watch the video are essentially like, I like double dash because the shells go over the median, and also it's really just a track you play with your friends.
Oh yeah.
I feel like 8, while including the chaos of bumping into people makes you go faster, did not do the median can have items go across it, and that's lame.
I never thought about Baby Park this intimately. I've just always thought it was funny, but yeah, no, come to think of it.
Baby Park Baby Park in Mario Kart DS is just stupid and dumb and bad, much like most of the retro courses in DS.
I forgot it was even in that game.
It's very much we're gonna do this cool new idea of bringing back old tracks. Let's bring back all the flat, boring ones.
Yeah. I haven't played most of the Mario Karts in a really long time. Maybe I'll do that since I'm not getting to Switch 2 that quickly. I'll just play all the other ones.
I entered a Double Dash tournament on a whim after having not played Double Dash in probably at least a year. And as it turns out, that game is a lot harder to control than I remember.
That's what I've learned, yeah. No, like, the last time I tried playing it, which was years ago at this point, I was like, I do not remember the game feeling this way.
I've been spoiled by Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
May I recommend, if you're willing to go down the Mario Kart lineage, shout out to Retro Achievements, because that tracks whenever you beat a game, so you can use that as your little game beaten check mark or whatever.
Dude, I'm sorry, Daro. I like original hardware.
I wasn't talking to you.
It depends on the game for me. I could certainly do that since I've been bringing my Steam Deck around everywhere. But I could go through all the pain and heartbreak of spending ages trying to unlock fucking Metal Mario and Mario Kart 7 again.
That's a good thing that's not on Retro Achievements yet. Yippee.
Thank God.
So wait, tell me the pain. How do you unlock Metal Mario?
I don't even remember. I think it's it's something like that was difficult for me when I was 14, like getting
Mario
first
Kart
place in a
7
bunch
Mario
of
Wiki.
things or
Hold on.
something.
All right, we're gonna look.
It was difficult when I was like 14. I could probably do it fairly easily now. Yeah.
Characters unlockable. It's just
Honestly,
win the 150 special cup. Come on, Johnny.
That's not even get first place, just win.
That's get first place, but that is win.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was like 13, 14.
All the characters are just winning the cup.
Yeah, but Daro, it's the 150 special cup. I was not good at the game. It's funny to me to say that, though, because I haven't played 7 in a while, but 8, like, getting first place in any cup in 8 for me is like fucking child's play. Like, I'm not even...
the drifting feels real good.
That's true. I'm not even, like, great at Mario Kart. I think we've talked about this. Like, anyone who, like, really knows what they're doing could fucking school me in seconds,
Johnny?
but what?
Oh, you're gonna win. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, I was worried you were gonna say you're not gonna win, and I was gonna say watch me, but yeah, no, I think I got it, as long as I don't do anything, like, horrible in the next 40 seconds.
This is literally a straight line. You're fine.
Yep, okay, that bounce was a little bit silly.
Trips and dies.
Oh, I tripped, but I didn't die.
And you know what that means, Johnny? You get peak 3!
Peak 3, baby! Mario Kart Connects were cooler. They were pretty cool.
Oh, I was gonna make a point about Mario Kart Connect. So the thing about that is that was during the period of Connect's identity crisis, which is a thing that only me has experienced understanding the Connect's identity crisis. Of they just getting micro parts and Lego brick parts, and it was just like, what are you doing?
I mean, I remember the identity crisis. I didn't care because I didn't particularly like Connects.
I cared because I was a Connects kid. How's Connects doing today? Let's find out.
Are they out of
I mean, it's
business?
under some annoying other brand now, and their website's lame, but I gotta check.
I think they do sell products still. It's just not a lot.
Oh, no, they do. You know,
I
actually,
never
gotta
see
be
them
honest.
at the grocery store.
Gotta be honest. It's there's some pretty classic stuff here. You know, I think I like what I see. I think they return to their roots and understand the magic of Connects is not to be making bricks everywhere and making everything micro. Except if you're making roller coasters, that's when micros are okay. Because otherwise
that's
you
what
get
that's for, yeah.
otherwise you get stuff like the Rip and Rocket where it's like 500 feet tall, and somehow as a kid I built that. But you know.
I still think it's very funny. Like, I think Connex's Identity Crisis era is very funny for the sole purpose of, like, okay, so Lego's making blind bag minifigures. We need to get Lego's making blind bag minifigures. Mega Bloks has the Halo license and is doing that type of thing. What the hell can we get our hands on? We got Mario and Family Guy.
They made fucking Family Guy Connects.
They did do that.
That's insane.
They did do that.
I gotta be honest though, there's not that much variety in terms of Connects, and it's really sad because it's like,
yeah, they got kind of pushed back into a corner.
there's not that much here.
What a shame.
And also, like, their old instruction archives got like purged, so like all the old stuff is like vanished, and it's like, what do you mean? Because if you have the parts you can still do it. It's still a construction toy.
They can't let the kids know what they're missing, Daro. Fuck, I just totally passed that by.
Yeah, it's I'm actually kind of sad looking at this because it really is just like, oh, they don't have a lot of things.
Yeah, kind of a husk of what was.
I wouldn't say entirely husk, because they're still selling the classic 3-in-1 amusement park thing that I remember growing up with, which is admirable, and I appreciate that a lot.
Hey, there you go. 8
To
CPUs
be fair,
are easier than most of the games. That would make sense.
Like, to be fair, I remember Connect being exclusively a roller coaster building toy.
Yeah, it mostly is a roller coaster building toy.
Yeah. Mild point while I'm thinking about Mario Kart still. When is the Switch 2 and Mario Kart World coming out?
June
5th.
something.
Fuck, it's
5th.
May. Part of me was like, ooh, I could get the synergy. I could do a Mario Kart arcade GP video, but I just had this idea and I don't feel like grinding for a month for synergy, so I'll just do that some other time.
You see here, I was about to make a joke, like, I'm gonna steal your video and make it before you. No, the fuck, I'm not.
No, neither of us have the discipline to make a video in like a month.
I
don't have the discipline to make a video.
I can make a video, it just takes me like a year.
Like, I have been saying I'm going to make videos for literally 15 years.
You're at the end of that. What are you doing?
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure. I felt like I wasn't.
Oh, I mean, you didn't know that you were at the end of that. Never mind.
I didn't know.
But you're at the very end of the throne, so don't worry, you're good.
The porcelain throne.
That's what it's called.
The porcelain throne?
Oh, speaking of Mario Kart, hold on. And also construction toys. AJ definitely saw this, but from the Lego leak community, there was something very cool.
Blue shell.
The blue shell.
What the fuck?
Might look into getting that, but
It's not a gift with purchase. It's an insider
it's an
point
insider's
thing.
reward, yeah.
Does it kill your parents in their sleep?
Probably.
To emulate the feeling that the blue shell gives you in a video game, but in real life?
I actually kind of really want to get the giant Mario Kart set.
Oh yeah?
Like the one that's like a brick-built Mario with standard cart.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
It looks neat.
Pretty
I
cool.
don't think I keep buying Lego sets and I'm out of shelves.
Oh fuck, yeah, I need to get some shelving for some of my dumb bullshit.
I'm in the state of not being able to plop them anywhere anymore.
Hey, Johnny.
That's me, I'm Johnny, what's up?
You're kind of quiet on stream compared to AJ and Daro.
Thank you, I will turn myself
Oh,
up.
damn.
Okay, I have served my purpose. Bye-bye.
Thank you. This is the tech support that we need. I just need people to tell me if the volume is at all not level, and I will fix it. Wait. That's not what I'm trying to do. Wait.
You didn't save your progress, Johnny.
Yeah, but I was trying to go to the store, and then I was leaving the store, and then I was like, wait, I don't want to leave the store. I want to go to the store. My final message, changed the volume, goodbye, and with that, there was no more Hiyori. They were gone. They were killed.
I mean, I'm gonna go look at that Mario thing again. Kind of crazy.
Mario. Oh boy. Yeah, no, I don't have Legos, but I'm like the last person on Earth who collects CDs, so I gotta get a shelf for my CDs because they're taking up more and more space as I'm gradually moving them over.
I like buying CDs. It's just that the CDs that I want to buy don't exist in my country.
Yeah, I've imported a couple before, but the problem is the best way to import is through like a proxy site, like sponsor of the channel by one-time sponsor of the channel, I should clarify.
They should sponsor the channel again.
I would love if they did that. And I'm not talking shit on them or any other proxy service, but the most efficient way of... Holy fuck, the Shogun helmet is insane. What the fuck is this?
It's a fedora.
Why is there
It's a bowler
cat
hat.
ears, a fedora, and a cat ears, a Shogun helmet, and a fucking bowler hat?
Because sometimes you just gotta be the Riddler.
That's true.
I'm looking at the Mario. I really like the custom specific part of mustache with studs.
Yeah?
That's fun.
How are they gonna use that in any... I'm excited to see the mustache piece being like something else.
Look, they will find a way. They have absolutely taken very specialized pieces and made... It's gonna be in a botanical set.
Dude, no, for
Oh
real.
my God.
They took like... They've taken like Brickhead's glasses and turned them into like fencing or whatever. It's...
Dude,
they'll do anything.
I'm having so much fun making Kaori's fit worse right now.
Like,
This rules.
like the orchid. I got the orchid for my mom and we were building it, and I am absolutely floored by the fact that some of those smaller flower blooms are made out of fucking Demogorgon heads.
Oh, that rules. Best viewers on
some frogs in there.
streambot.com. I removed the space. We meet in the Robinsons, true.
Yeah, there's some frogs in that orchid.
They all hated me.
Who's Demi Gordon? What's that?
A Demogorgon is like a monster from Stranger Things.
Oh, I see what
fun.
you mean. I see the piece. I see that.
Edging by
Yeah,
Liquid
that
Evil.
is just flower shaped. You're right.
Oh, chat, I'm gonna propose something to you because I just remembered it. I've been thinking about, for Patreon, just making, like, really short, unscripted videos where I just fucking ramble pointlessly about a topic that is maybe not YouTube ready. Do you guys want to hear me talk about album mastering for, like, 6 minutes just off the dome while I movie maker style edit screenshots with no music?
That's not even a Patreon video. That's just every live stream.
Well, yeah, but it would be like, it would be edited technically, and it would be like 5 minutes long instead of like 3 hours long.
I mean, it's better than getting me, like, waiting for me to remember to edit the fucking Pokemon movie video.
Do it. Hurry up.
It's better than waiting for me to tell you guys that we could record the end of the Everyman podcast at some point.
Oh, we can?
Right.
Yeah, I got enough votes. I got like 5 or 6 of them.
We should probably do that before Wednesday.
We could just do that after stream if we thought about it, but I don't know if we're gonna be feeling like it. You know?
Oh, I'm not gonna be feeling it.
No, that's the trouble of it, you see. Alright, Kaori's fit sucks now. Let's go. Life is good. Yeah, no, that's something I'm kind of interested in doing. I will say, I'm very interested in making an actual YouTube video, probably a short one, fairly simple, about Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Not because of the album itself, really. It's a fine album. I like it. But because it's like the worst fucking master I've ever heard in my goddamn life, infamously, and there are versions of it that are supposed to be better, and they're better, but they're still not good. So I just want to talk about how badly you fuck something like that up and make it understood to people who don't really understand like music production. Because I barely understand music production, and I know that it's wrong.
I'm pretty sure you were telling us about this in the after stream.
Yeah, I was like showing you guys the fucking waveform.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Oh my god.
I don't remember if that was after stream or during stream.
Oh, it was definitely during.
That would be really... Well, was it? Maybe it was because I
Chat
feel
was
like...
talking about it.
I feel like
Right,
I remember
yeah.
specifically not playing the songs because I didn't want to get copyright sucked.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, no, I might do that if I mean, I should stop saying I might do things because I keep being like, oh, I don't have time to do any of this stuff. But I think if I do that, that's purely a, you know, writing off the top of my dome for 10 minutes at a time, love of the game type video. You know?
The problem that I have with all these video things is like I have things that I would love to make videos on because there are a bunch of stuff that I'd love to watch videos on. But then I sit down, like there is nothing that I care enough about to do research and write for.
That's fair. I sometimes feel that with things I want to watch videos on when I try to make them. Because my mentality a lot of the time is it's like, okay, I want to become an expert on the thing I'm making a video about. And some things I'm just like, I don't have the confidence nor the patience to do that. Especially if it requires getting really good at a game that I'm really bad at.
There's
Like,
like, just get somebody else to do the footage for games that are named Daro.
Well, it's not even like a footage thing. It's just like having the understanding, you know?
No, I get it.
It
Okay.
is funny you say that though, Dara, because one thing I did think about after we talked about it briefly in call was I was like, oh, it'd be fun to make a Tetris the Grandmaster video. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, the research for this video would be less me playing the game and more just me interviewing Kelly about how the game works.
I started doing research for a TGM video, and then the entire time like, okay, so like, I know quite a bit about Tetris the Grandmaster, but I also want to have sources so that I know I'm not making shit up about Tetris the Grandmaster.
That's my problem, is there's like very little, I mean, there's like documentation of like how the game works, but there's like very little in the line of like developer interviews and shit that are available on the English-speaking internet, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because that's what I like to do, is I like to bring it back to the source. Like Puyo Puyo 1 and 2 both have a pretty decent wealth of developer context that's very, very helpful. No such thing for TG. I mean, I'm sure they exist. It's just I can't find them in English.
But honestly, let me know if you ever do decide to work on that video, because let's be real, we need more people talking about Tetris the Grandmaster, especially now that the 4th game is finally fucking out.
Yeah, that's insane. The 4th game's like just story in general of how long a wait it ended up being because of all the bullshit is really fascinating. Frankly, if that video ever gets made, it's just, I think, effectively going to be you and I attempting to make something happen and then running everything by Kelly to make sure that we're not saying anything egregiously wrong.
Yeah.
That's realistically what that will turn into. I should
do.
I
would absolutely attempt to collaborate on a script for that. Like, I don't know how to write a script. I can help write a script.
Yeah, no, we could figure something out there. I've had people help me write scripts in various capacities, so I could see that working out.
I'm just remembering my one script contribution.
Uh-oh, Johnny. You got 4th.
Oh, so close. Can you do a Ms. Pac-Man video? Sometime.
I think my favorite videos about video games are the ones where it's just a deep dive of how every single mechanic in the game works at a fundamental level.
Those are fun.
Just I eat that stuff up like cereal, like that the Tech Rules FNAF video.
Oh,
yum.
stuff like that.
Tasty.
The true like magic of those videos for me is, I think, for me a lot of videos like that can get boring. If somebody's able to talk about game mechanics that in depth in an interesting way, I think Tech Rules especially is really good at it. It's
Miss
like
that guy.
fucking
Hope he comes
amazing.
back.
True. Those are like the best ones. It's like, it's sort of like the big like long several hour sitcom retrospective thing where I feel like if you do it well it's great, but if you do it poorly it's just extremely boring.
The ISO freeze video about the Pac-Man kill screen is literally like one of the best technical videos about video games on YouTube ever, because it like explains it in such a visually good way.
You should link me that. I haven't seen it.
Link me that. I have not seen that either. I want to add it to my watch.
Well, you've never seen the retro game mechanics explained?
No.
Not that
Okay.
one.
I'm gonna be real. The only person I've ever seen talk
You know
about
what?
Pac-Man ever
I
is
realize-
Johnny.
Hey,
That's really funny. You
You
should
know,
check
when
out
you-
Nitro Rad.
I think I have seen that. I have seen Nitroid's World videos.
His Pac-Man videos
wait a
are
minute.
good.
don't we watch videos after stream anyway?
Yeah, we could just watch it. That's true.
It's like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's easy enough. As long as it's not like a 5-hour video, we can just watch it.
But it is one of the best videos in the sense of like explaining technical jargon about like the code of a video game, but in a way that doesn't confuse me.
Yeah, no, I think doing that. I mean, also like knowing when to, like how much to explain and in what way. Because there's some videos where it's like, all right, this thing works like this, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, and it's like I don't understand the first thing, so now you're just saying words.
That's definitely like a pitfall that a lot of technical game explanations. I don't. And when I'm talking about like deep dive on game mechanics thing, I'm talking about the Tech Rules kind of way.
Yeah, where it's
you
like
keep
on a
it simple.
specific game mechanic, and it's
Well, I mean,
explained
that's the
in a way
entire
that makes sense. Yeah.
But
Rather than like, okay, we're gonna explain every mechanic that relates to this system in this game, and it's 5 hours long, and it's like, great.
I mean, I kind of want that.
Yeah, like that exists for a type of person. I'm not that type of person. I think that tends to be too much to me unless it's a game that I already like fundamentally and am like extremely interested in.
I really like 2C Phoenix. He does a good job with stuff like that too. He made like hour-long videos about every Mario Sunshine level.
Oh, that's fun.
And
I think I've seen some of his videos. I think they're kind of fun. Which is funny because I haven't played Sunshine. But I recall seeing a video about at least one Sunshine level that was like 40 minutes long, and I just listened to it at work, and it was fun.
Yeah, because he also explains all the little cute quirks, and he's currently doing like some of Kingdom Hearts 1 as well.
Well, that's good. It's kind of awesome. I do really enjoy the increasing emphasis more YouTubers are having on just analyzing the vibes of games. Because sometimes there's just places in games.
Best places to drink a beer in Mario Sunshine.
I was joking because I always think about the video that's like best smoke spots in Monkey Ball.
I remember seeing a video recently that was just like, what is the, like, I don't remember the exact thing, but it was like, what is the least interesting area of Bikini Bottom?
That's really funny.
That reminds me of the Any Austin video where it's like the least like the most boring place in GTA 5, where it's just some random grassy hill area that no part of the game even bothers to make you go over there for.
I love that shit.
And to me it's like, even I can appreciate the beauty of something as worthless as the random filler section of the map.
I'm a big fan of the Bikini Bottom thing. Makes me think of And, like, it can get to the point where it's like, okay, well, maybe you're taking it too seriously. But I really like really benign analysis or just trivia like that, where it's like, here's how this whole, like, place is laid out based on information from a couple episodes, and here are some inconsistencies.
I love that.
Because a lot of it is just like, oh, well, they needed it for this visual gag or whatever. Or it's just like a weird one-off thing. But it's also like extremely interesting. I need to look back into doing some shit with season 4 of SpongeBob, because I swear to God there's at least one episode where they show an establishing shot of like SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward's houses, and it's a fucking establishing shot directly taken from season 1. And it's really, really obvious. And it's like, what the fuck? Why?
They had the background.
Yeah, but it's also like, you couldn't have taken it from a more recent episode. You had to take the cell-animated, ancient, crusty-ass fucking establishing shot that doesn't match with the art style at all. Like, it's just funny. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, like, some people get really asinine about shit like that, where it's like,
at the Squidward's house, take so...
That's Squidward's fucking house! And, or like, I can't believe this game reused one asset or whatever. But, like, I oftentimes just find it really interesting, where it's like, I wonder what happened in production to make them do this. And it's just like a... Or, like, how some episodes of, like, Season 2, depending on the version you're watching, SpongeBob's, like, the color of his spongy, absorbent body is different. Like, the famous Pale Bob thing.
Yeah, that was a color grading issue on the DVDs.
Yeah, which is, like, really interesting, because it's, like, in my brain, when I think about Season 2, I'm like, oh, well, he just looks really sickly and pale. And then there's, like, the audio mastering glitch in Something Smells, the really infamous one.
Yeah.
Shit like that. I mean, just little production quirks I always find extremely intriguing. And that's part of, like, the type of video on YouTube I like to watch, is just, like, shit like that, where it's like...
I mean, I know too much about, DVD mastering errors in Thomas the Tank Engine now.
Let's go.
Like, there's an entire... Almost every single version of the US dub has a variant where the audio is echoed because they accidentally left the dubbing track on. So you've got George Carlin's narration with music in one track, and then a second track that's just music, no narration.
That's crazy. That's fucking... Shit like that is, like, super interesting. Or, like, the, how for some episodes of Season 4 of SpongeBob, we have the dubbing track because for some reason it was, like, an alternate track on some TV broadcasts instead of an alternate dub. So we just have a bunch of dubbing tracks of specifically Season 4 for some reason. Season 4 is just so fucking weird in general. I noticed a while ago, I have the first 100 episodes DVD set, and for some reason, the colors on some of Season 4 are, like, extremely fucked up and incorrect, like, super oversaturated. And I checked Paramount Plus, they're fine on there, so I don't know where they sourced Season 4 from for that particular DVD set, but it looks wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just honestly, one of those things.
I have the first two, like, 100 episode compilation DVDs, and yet I still want to get the standalone season releases.
I think there's, like, interest in that, partially for me it would be partially for bonus features. I remember the commentaries on the early sets especially, but also partially just, like, in case of shit like that. Because, like, some episodes, it's just, like, you never know. I always think about the Shanghai thing, how most releases of that are, like, the normal cut-down version, but first 100 episodes, I believe, has the
extended version, yeah.
Yeah, like, the closest to the original broadcast you can really get without...
Name and address withheld.
Name and address withheld.
I don't actually know whether or not there was ever a time where those names and addresses weren't withheld.
I would have to check. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's just super like intriguing to me. That set also does have the Square Roots documentary where they talk about the rumor about SpongeBob being gay. So that's fun. That's fun that that's a DVD bonus feature on there. I guess they knew that the kiddos weren't probably buying that set. It was the parents. I don't have the second 100 episodes. I've thought about it, but I'm also like, statistically, that's my least favorite part of the show.
They made a third one.
They did, which honestly, at this point, I'm borderline more likely to get than the second one, just because like there's more recent. Well, no, it's weird because there's probably the same amount of episodes of both those eras that I like. But the episodes I don't like in seasons like 6 through 8 are episodes that I like fucking hate.
Dude, you just think about the Squidward puppet and you just get really mad.
That was fucking Will. That was season 4. He told me to watch that a while ago. He was like, yeah, put that on. It'd be funny because it's so bad. And I watched it and I was like, Will, this isn't even like funny bad. It's just like boring. But no, like I've talked to people about it, like when I think about an episode like that, it's just like, oh yeah, that show really fell off. When I think about like the Ringer episode, I get like genuinely kind of angry. Like I think it sparks bad memories.
When you think about the Pal for Gary and you just seething rage.
Yeah, I'm not quite Mr. Enter level on that one, but I definitely don't like it.
I was trying to think of like SpongeBob episodes that like there are SpongeBob episodes that I don't like. At first I was like, I can't think of a single SpongeBob episode that like downright actually gets me mad. And then I remembered House Fancy. I fucking hate House Fancy.
That one's weird because I don't even particularly dislike House Fancy other than the toenail thing. I think the rest of it's like fine.
The fucking thing's so bad. Like the fucking TV host bothers me so much. I don't know why. I want him dead.
Where he's just like Alton Brown, yeah. I will say a bunch of the fish designs in those seasons just look so incorrect to me. Like they just look really grotesque and upsetting. I mean, just the way they draw a lot of things in those seasons is really grotesque and upsetting.
I don't know why I hate the HGTV host in House Fancy. It just makes me so uncomfortable.
It's amusing. There are like little things. Maybe that's a short video. Maybe that's a video I do for the Patreon. Just things in SpongeBob that give me the ick. Not the ick from the episode where he gets the ick. That one's like fine. I don't care. But like for example, there's an episode. I forget which one from. I think it's the episode where they're cooking with like a bunch of grease. For some reason, the thing that bothers me the most in that episode is the way they draw the French fries is like fucking extremely weird and disgusting, and they don't look correct. And it's like, you can't draw a fucking French fry. Like, why do they look like? You know what? I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna fucking pull it up because like, when I was a kid, I wanted to eat the grease in that episode. That episode makes me feel conflicted feelings about grease because on one hand, it's like obviously disgusting, but on the other, like they're saying it's so good, you know? You're saying
can
it's
it
like
really
delicious.
be a ScumbOb episode if it's yummy?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, have you had like a fucking really greasy pizza? That shit is the best.
I have had real greasy fries, and they're very hit or miss.
Guess I never miss, huh?
What the fuck? Okay, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm on the SpongeBob wiki page for Greasy Buffoons. Apparently in 2017, a week before the Kids' Choice Awards, they did like a promo with John Cena, who I guess was hosting. And the episode just ended with John Cena punching through the screen. That amuses me greatly. I just want to find how they draw the fucking French fry. Oh god. Yeah, I don't like this one. It's not a very good episode.
No, I don't like that.
SpongeBob.
Gallery.
Yeah,
Don't
wait,
do
is
that
there
on stream?
is there a proper gallery?
underneath the Greasy Buffoons title screen. Episode transcript script.
Oh, I didn't see it. Okay, thank you.
Dude, you can pirate SpongeBob episodes by just reading them? That's crazy.
You could just read the episode. The Nickelodeon pulls the fucking Mr. Krabs like rewinding the TV thing. Yeah. What the fuck are you? What the fuck are you telling me right now?
Those are long. Those are long yellow pickles.
Yeah, and look at how he's putting them in like the holder where there's like exactly 5 fries. Like or 6 fries. Like I don't know why it just pisses me off.
Have they never had French fries before?
You just draw a fucking rectangle for God's sakes. Like what is wrong with you? Just draw like a row of rectangles.
Like maybe it's kelp fries or something.
Why are there only 5 kelp fries? 6.
Maybe it's like Taco Bell.
Maybe.
Nacho fries don't really have that many in them.
Dude, we're just like watching this episode in fucking flipbook form. This is great. This is better than the actual fucking episode. Dude, we could make our own Mr. Squidward. Aw.
SpongeBob.
I'm Mr. Krabs. I'm SpongeBob.
This sucks. This sucks.
What do you mean?
Nah, you know what? It's because you know why I
SpongeBob
say this.
Viewmaster.
What we're doing right now literally just reminds me of like back in like 2017 when everybody thought that they could make their own real-time fan dub just because Penny did it.
Oh no.
And it's like, no, they can do it because they're funny and they like, I imagine they prep like beforehand and watch the cutscene or something.
They straight up
some
don't.
of them. Some of them do. There's at least one bit where, well, maybe it's not that they watched it, but that they were already familiar with it.
I guess being aware of who speaks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, also part of it.
I'm pretty sure they edited a bit afterwards.
Well, yeah, it's edited for one. For two, I recall that at least some of them have done some degree of actually taking improv classes, which probably helps.
Yeah, that's the thing of they're actually funny.
That's the problem, is I would like to believe I'm funny, but I'm definitely not can improv my way out of a corner funny, you know? Like, I can be funny, but I'm not like a comedian.
I do know that they don't watch the cutscenes in advance, just for the sole fact of Alfred not knowing about the island blowing up in Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, yeah. No, there's varying degrees of familiarity. Like, I think the example I'm thinking of is the one where, like, Jet the Hawk talks about, like, being, like, Scrooge McDuck, and then it immediately cuts to his fantasy of him being in, like, a fucking pool of gold coins. That one's pretty good. Oh, shit. Oh, shit!
Like, of course some of them have familiarity with the cutscenes.
Yeah. Like, obviously, like, I'm sure Penny has seen many, if not all of them
Penny does the
before.
games that she likes.
Yeah. I mean, Penny is a Sonic fan. Like...
They're doing Kingdom Hearts. It means I have to watch it. The problem that arises is that now I have to watch Riders in Shadow because I have to make sure I'm there in case there's any cross lore that I need to like keep reference of.
God, could you imagine?
It's why I can't watch I can't watch current Scott the Woz videos because I haven't kept up with the videos to the point where I don't know if they're like, who knows? Maybe there's a new game of the week that's really funny, like Gex.
I
don't know. I wouldn't have watched it. So if he starts talking about like Kickle Cubicle, I'm out of the loop.
I don't know, Doro. Honestly, I think a lot of those games are funny on their own. Like one of my favorite Scott bits is the one where he's talking about Switch Online and he just goes, "Yes, Rygar." That's like one of my favorite bits of his. It's so fucking underrated.
And honestly, the more recent Scott the Woz videos have had surprisingly little like callbacks and skit moments.
Yeah, I picked up like 1 or 2 of them recently, and I was not lost in any way, which is like fine. That's the thing you gotta understand is their game reviews.
Guys, it also means I get to watch all of Scott the Woz again.
That's true.
So
you
that's
get
not
the
a
marathon.
problem.
Perhaps if we sync tube, I might pull up the all-time oh, Jesus Christ. Why is there, like, planes crashing and shit?
Oh, yeah, that happens in this one. Oh, you
happens.
lost, by the way.
Oh, it's too late. I can't redeem my... Oh, yeah, I cannot.
You can pause.
It's over. Yeah, no, fucking, I gotta pull up the really classic Scott the Woz Out of Context compilation, where it's just, like, all ancient bits that are now, like, permanently engraved on my brain. Fellas. Fellas! That's a classic. I think that's in there. I'm just
My favorite thing, like, that... I love the fact that he called back to it in the PSP video.
Did he? I didn't see the PSP video.
It wasn't specifically a PSP video. I don't remember what video it was. He was talking about stuff that released on... Like, one of the segments was about the PSP.
PSP came up.
Yeah, talking about all the different stuff that released on it, like games, movies, videos, and da 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 da.
That's so good.
But next to a PSP instead of the TV.
That's such a, yeah, I think it's a top. It's also like a top 10 screenshot of Scott.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what my top 10 Scott bits are. I think my favorite to this day is still probably, has this ever happened to you? Fellas! Fellas! I am so horny!
I think literally one of his oldest videos, like the Tinder one or something, where he just like, you know, the way he says just like, sex.
Oh yeah.
Where he just puts the hand to the side of his mouth.
Sex, that's a good one. I like...
One that I've been referencing recently is from the Gaming Revivals episode, which is just... Like,
I'm not making it through this.
Go, like, fucking ghosts everywhere! Fucking ghosts! That's not okay! That's not okay!
Yeah, that's what gets me, is there's still some really good recent ones. I think my favorite in the last couple years
Scott,
is the fucking Mario 64 DS one where he drops the entire CRT on the ground and like shatters it.
I mean, my favorite is that clip I showed you guys last time about like hardcore Mario on the box arts.
Oh, yuck.
Wahoo, bitch.
See, Scott's, unlike the AVGN, people all agree that he's always still good. Unlike the AVGN, where people say that he fell off, even though he probably didn't that much.
I mean, the thing with the AVGN is just, I don't know. Like, I'm not wading into
vibes.
Yeah, I'm not wading into that pool. I don't care that much.
No, I also do not care.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring up AVGN earlier, actually.
I did not like the Lego Games video as much as I thought I would, but that's mainly just because of the fact that it was a full retrospective of every Lego game, and it was really long.
I love long.
I'm gonna slurp that into my veins. I love long
I was thinking
videos.
about the Pong consoles AVGN video when we were talking about Pong.
That's a classic. That has like one of Will and I's favorite bits, where...
Restart.
Okay. Well, there's two favorite bits. The one is the fucking, where there's the toggle on the one console, and he just makes one of the paddles really long, and he's like, what the fuck is this, asshole Pong?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that in particular recently. That's great.
That's a good one. And then the fucking, yeah, this console can actually take C batteries. What are you gonna do? You fucking... You bring your Volley 6 to the beach and you can't play it because you don't have any C batteries. And just like the absurdity of that situation gets me so good. It's like, oh, I gotta go pick up 6 C batteries so I can play my Volley 6.
It was one of my favorites.
That's a very good one. I think my favorite AVGN bit for some reason is the end of the Star Wars games video where it just abruptly ends with a buffalo shitting through his window for no reason and he acts like really horrified about it. Like, oh my god! A buffalo just took a shit through my fucking window! There's fucking shit and glass everywhere!
Chat, I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen an episode of AVGN.
Well, we can change that.
We will be watching at least
I think it's too late
perhaps.
for me now. Like, I've seen bits, but like...
We can watch
for me now.
We can watch at least one of those.
We can watch Pong consoles. I don't
We can
watch
watch the Pong consoles video.
Because,
yeah, that's a good one.
He'll start complaining about the tuning forks, and it's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, that's a banger.
And also there's just so many stupid, like, dumb Pong consoles that nobody knows exist, and, like, I'm sure only, like, one of them is only documented through that stupid video, too.
Yeah, no, like, that's kind of the charm of a lot of the early AVGN stuff, is because, like, most people weren't really making videos like that. It does have, like, the appeal of, like, ooh, we're drudging up this, like, ancient fucking archaeology that nobody else dares to, like, like the Atari Jaguar video where he, like, attempts to review the Jaguar CD and it doesn't fucking work, and he buys another one and it also doesn't work.
And then he buys another one, and it doesn't work, so he sends it off to someone to hardwire it to the console, and it doesn't work.
It's so fucking funny, because he sends it in to, like, the most technically capable person he knows, and the guy writes him back a letter like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Shit's fucked.
Shout out to those
classic.
disc readers, because it sure don't work.
So
Look,
funny.
my favorite AVGN clip is one that isn't even an AVGN clip. It was spliced between, like, two of them. Just where he's talking about
Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell.
talking about Billy Mitchell, and then cuts to, that's right, we're gonna cheat.
That's a classic. That reminds me of the SpongeBob splice. I haven't been able to find it in high quality in a while, but there's a classic SpongeBob splice where it's just all, Mr. Krabs, can I have a raise? No. Listen, you crustaceous cheapskate! Fucking goddamn it.
There's these, like, series of videos where I guess they're kind of akin to YouTube poops, where they make the AVGN review the Toho games. It's really funny.
I'm inclined to agree, Spin Dash. I think that happens with a lot of YouTubers when they, I don't know, when they start making videos of a larger scope. I think they can lose the snappy pacing, which I think is what makes a lot of those videos funny to begin with.
Yeah, yeah, larger. I've complained about this on the stream before. Of, like, I mean, among the reasons to complain about JonTron, there's many, but one of them is that his videos got too overproduced and too much of a budget for something that originally started as him in his house.
He's like the go-to example because a lot of his gags at some point become like flexing that he's doing shit on a set that is designed to look like his house instead of just doing the videos in his house.
I feel like there's some
good gags that come from that, but I think largely
I wasn't going to talk about JonTron. I was going to talk about, in a better, more positive light, AlphaRad, where at some point he started having videos that were like definitely like, this is expensive, but then I think he's been shifting back into just like, hey, I'm playing this cool thing that we made.
Yeah,
he's been shifting back to almost exclusively stream videos that he did on stream.
Yeah, I guess, but I think that's more I think stream highlights are way more enjoyable than overproduced, expensive, look how much money I have videos.
That's extremely fair.
Like, I will say, I do very much enjoy the AlphaRad videos where he did spend a bunch of money on something stupid, but specifically because he's like, he specifically did, yeah, no, this is something dumb that I wanted to do, so we fucking did it.
No, I think the Mario Kart Live video where he bought a bunch of stupid toys, I think that's good. Because then he also was like, I'm just going to donate all this.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what he rented out a theater for, but he did.
It's funny as hell.
Scott, DIY vibes? Yeah, sure, he has a set. That isn't his carpet. That's the table with a carpet. Yeah, like, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I was literally gonna say with Scott, he's mentioned that before, where he's like, I'm sure things would be less stressful and easier for me if I hired an editor, but I don't want to hire an editor or like get people outside of my friend group really, because I feel like that takes away like the charm.
And he's so right. He's
correct. He has seen that where so many others have not.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm sure that he probably also grew up watching JonTron reviews and all that.
Yeah, he certainly grew up watching fucking AVGN.
And you would notice, like, the shift from, oh, this is like some guy in his house or some guy in his basement to, this this isn't him. This is not his
Yeah.
house.
This is not his beautiful house. This is not his beautiful wife. Yeah, no.
The only reason
I respect that.
the only reason that I am inclined to potentially move towards bigger budgets is just because I am a cartoon guy.
Oh well, yeah.
That's different.
That is much different.
I'm talking about in the space of gaming reviews.
Yeah,
they
I mean,
gotta
if
those need to
stay
be homemade
low
shit.
budget.
If you, I think that's part of it too. Is, I mean, I like to have some level of pretentiousness with the things I make, where it's like, ooh, I'm being really in depth with my research, and it's very detailed and like whatever. But I also think like when you're making YouTube stuff, god damn it, something that you really want to avoid is getting too pretentious about what you're making.
Unless you're Tim Rogers, then you're allowed.
That's true. Let no man edit Tim. But no, like a lot of time, like I don't mind people doing like more ambitious things. I think that's even like very good often. But I think where it can start to lose me is when people kind of lose sight of the fact. I don't know, when you click on a video that's like, oh, this YouTuber's reviewing this game, and then it's like, nope, this is an existentialist short film that took 5 years and is actually more of a meta commentary. It's like, okay, then just make a short film. Why the fuck are you making a YouTube video? I mean, make a short film and put it on YouTube, but why is this framed as a game review, you know? And I've seen people who can do things like that to great effect, but I've also seen people where it's just like they kind of lose sight of what made their stuff special to begin with in favor of being really pretentious and like treating it as higher art. And it's like, I don't know, I'm of mixed minds with it, because you can do that well, but part of me is like, if you have greater artistic ambitions, maybe don't waste them away in a YouTube game review, you know? Like, I think those are special and good and cool, but let's also not lose sight of the fact that it is a game review on YouTube.com.
Yeah.
Any example? Are you ready to burn some bridges, just so I can have an example of who I'm thinking about?
Oh no, is it someone that I'm mutuals with?
No, I'm not thinking
okay.
about anyone. I just want to know what I'm thinking about in my head when you say this stuff.
Oh, I'm trying to like think of someone in particular.
I was just joking about burning bridges in case they ever saw this, which they wouldn't.
Well, see, the problem is if I have known people like that, I probably don't watch them anymore. But I don't know. I mean, part of it is maybe not even... I'm trying to think of milder examples where it's just like because of their perfectionism, nothing gets done, and then when the videos come out, it's like they're unfocused because of that. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to actually think of who specifically I'm thinking of. I can think of one person who's small enough that I'm not going to name him, who definitely did that with a music review at some point, where it just became like, this is actually a meta-commentary on my own artistic process. And it's like, I thought we were talking about Green Day. What do you... the fuck is this doing here? You know? Yeah, I'm trying to think of it in, like, the game review respect. Because I think, if anything, a lot of channels that I like have done a good job of not doing that. Like... NitroRad has like a whole film background and incorporates some of that into his videos, but it never feels like it's... God damn it. But it never feels like it's, you know, like taking over and substituting for the actual substance of the thing, right? Like, if he does something higher concept, it's very by design.
If he does something higher concept, it's a complete meme post every time.
There's also that. But yeah, like...
Ignore.
There's also like I was just watching the video he did on the Croc remake, and there's a live action shot in there where he's like, yeah, this song's just been playing in my head like when I go to get toast or whatever, and it's an extremely well filmed shot of him getting toast in the morning, and you hear like the muffled playing of a song from Croc in his head, and it's like that's incorporated really well.
I think my favorite Nitro video is his Mega Man Sprite comic video, just because it's such a silly thing to make a video about that the video ends up just being very silly in general.
I
Especially
do like
because
stuff like that, yeah.
It did bring us the wonderful, amazing gif of him doing the Club Penguin dance.
Oh yeah.
I mean, my favorite Nitro Red video isn't a Nitro Red video.
Oh yeah, what is it?
It's a Garaknor video.
Oh yeah.
Mega Man 2.
That's a good one. I'm trying to remember if I'm thinking of Mega Man 2 or Mega Man 9. Is that the one where like someone gets out of prison?
No, Mega Man 2 is the Mega Man 2 is the short one that actually has Mega Man in it.
Oh, okay. I think there's a video called like Mega Man 9 where he's trying to play Mega Man 9 with like Brady, and Brady's talking about something fully unrelated, and then someone else comes in. He's like, "Oh, hey James, I'm back from jail."
Dude, all of those fucking videos are goddamn insane. Like, Mega Man 2 is the only one that isn't fucking insane.
It's like the only one that makes any like type of sense.
Yeah.
It also makes me think of when he used to do those like really big April Fool's videos where it was like the Eric Andre show.
iCarly for the Wii.
That one is classic.
Look, I'm just saying, me and Kelly will just occasionally say, Timmy Turner, revenge.
Yeah, but no, those are like a good example because it's like those are like genuinely more ambitious projects, but there's like a homemade fun to them, and also it's not framed as like I'm doing a game review. This is just simply a game review. It's like no, and it's also not every video.
Yeah.
I think another good example actually is Stop Skeletons from Fighting just uploaded a very, very long video that they worked on for a very long time. But it's long.
I've been meaning to get around to that.
Yeah, no, it's a banger. It's long because of like the content of the video. It doesn't feel like it's like bloated with filler, you know. Because I feel like maybe what I'm thinking of is way back in the day you would have like the James Rolfe adjacent YouTubers who would do like lots of like little skits in their videos, and then they would upload a video that's like an hour. Exactly, but then they would upload a video where it's like an hour long with like really elaborate skits. And I mean, James has done this a couple times too. Although
made a movie about it.
That's exactly. Although his, from what I've seen, were usually funnier. But yeah, it's just like this isn't a review.
You can also say
game.
Nostalgia Critic as well.
Nostalgia Critic is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, actually, because when
he wasn't allowed to use like movie footage anymore, so then he had to start doing skits, and everybody was like, "Dog, this sucks."
Yeah, and he got like a whole like team together, and it was just like this isn't the thing anymore, and it's like that's fine. I mean, it's kind of sad because he clearly wanted to be doing something else, but everyone rejected it, so he went back to doing the Nostalgia Critic, but just morphed it into being more like the thing that everyone rejected. And it's just like, I feel like you're making no one happy by doing that, but clearly some people are still watching him, so, yeah, you know.
Yeah. I mean, occasionally Doug Walker will just show up in something and like, what the fuck?
It feels like fucking like I don't mean this too harshly, but it feels every time when I see him in a video I'm watching like a family member I've cut contact with is turned up. Like that's kind of the vibe. But yeah, like there was that wall review that everyone fucking hated where it was a criticism of the film, but it was so
Johnny,
overblown and like shitty.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you should do some freestyle.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
You just peak 3 freestyle.
Yeah, and then maybe I'll upgrade my stats a little bit. Pretentiousness is fine as long as it's paired with humility and self-awareness. I think self-awareness really is the main thing, and not self-awareness in like a tongue-in-cheek way necessarily, where it's like, ooh, it's silly that I'm doing this, but more self-awareness in terms of like, you know, realizing how you're coming off and managing the scope of your thing. Where it's not like, you know, I have been making 10-minute long silly YouTube videos for 10 years and it made me really popular. So now I'm going to make a 40-minute art film disguised as a game review and expect everyone to take me seriously. Like, I don't want to discourage fucking artistic intentions or bigger things, but it's also just like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe don't tie it to your thing, or if you're tying it to your thing, don't make it, don't morph your thing into something it's not. But also, it's hard because you also don't want to just like autopilot make the same thing over and over again. But no, creativity is hard. The Nostalgia Critic has failed on all fronts.
I want to talk more about AVGN and Nostalgia Critic videos I liked when I was a kid. I think that'd be fun.
Dude, I was just watching this is a side tangent, but I was just watching a fucking Tariq video, Toonrific Tariq, where he talked about a couple like theatrical movies based on cartoons, and he talks about the fucking Care Bears movie, and it has the clip where he's all, the Care Bears, and he shows the bit of Ratatouille of the dude flashing back to his childhood, and it's the Nostalgia Critic review. And it got me so fucking good.
I was gonna mention one of that video in particular because I had that movie.
I did too. Yeah, we talked about that on stream once.
Oh.
Is that the video that Taste the Rainbow motherfucker comes from?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, you're right, yeah.
It is that video. I just like, I was like fond of that movie, I guess.
It's an alright movie. I saw it like, I don't know if I owned it. I definitely saw it at least once or twice. Like, I remember it.
I remember
like,
the weird, creepy green head from the book.
Oh, the like lady who's like, Nicholas.
Yeah, Nicholas. I remember that. Where did you learn not to fly?
Where did you learn to fly? It's the same
only
fucking
Nostalgia
lady.
Critic thing. Like, the only Nostalgia Critic thing that I even vaguely remember is the Thomas and the Magic Railroad video, just because sparkle.
I don't even remember that one.
I remember that one.
I remember that it happened.
Yeah, I remember Sparkle. That's about it.
I don't even know what my favorites of his would have been. I liked the commercial videos. I don't remember them
dude, the commercial videos, maybe I should go back and watch them just because why not, you know?
We could throw one of those.
We could throw a couple
on.
of them.
Yeah.
Because they're iconic, and also commercials. Nostalgic commercials are fun. I think even though Doug isn't funny, he is funny.
Yeah, he's like, it's the irate gamer conundrum, where he's not funny, but that kind of makes him funny.
Every time
Doug
he makes
Walker was in
high-pitched...
Smiling Friends.
Every time he makes high-pitched noises, it's always entertaining to me. I'm just a simple man.
I do really like the, on the Smiling Friends point, I still remember the one where they're talking about the Oni Plays bit, where they do like the Nostalgia Critic voice, and it's like, yeah, and Doug Walker's there, and he just goes, and they just do the most accurate, like, scream. It's like,
hey, you didn't do it.
Yeah, he does do that. What's the... I keep not reading. I don't know how to read.
You didn't get anything. You didn't do it.
You did not pass go. You did not
It was about $20K.
YouTubers, have you considered don't? Yeah.
Johnny, here's my recommendation. Pretty please.
Yeah.
Do more Uber tricks. Oh my god.
I'll take it into consideration.
You know what's something that makes me really sad?
What's that?
So like I did not watch AVGN growing up. I didn't really watch a whole lot of Nostalgia Critic.
That's okay.
I did watch the Irate Gamer.
I watched the Irate Gamer.
I blocked all of it out. I don't remember any of it, but it's the one that I watched.
The two Irate Gamer bits that I still think about, I'm not gonna reset, that I still think about on an extremely regular basis are get the fuck off my property, and sometimes out of nowhere I'll just go, face it, breakfast is ruined.
One of my friends made me watch his Mario 2 video.
I don't even know what you're referencing.
He complains about Mario 2 for the most insane reasons.
Oh, like what?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot, but I think it's a lot of just like...
You have to grab vegetables?
What? This isn't a Mario game. It's a different game, therefore it's bad. See, I didn't like the level design in that game, which is a completely fair validation.
Yeah, I like Mario 2, but the level design is definitely weaker than any of the other Mario games.
Other
strong opinions on Mario 2.
Other AVG slash nerd slash critic videos. I remember the Bebe's Kid Nostalgia Critic video.
Oh, where he tries to play the game, yeah.
I don't remember much about it though.
No, I remember that it happened. I think Kyle Justin shows up. I seem to recall the video where they showed up at like a random game store and it was like the Nostalgia Critic fighting the AVGN, and there was also like then a mass what was it? Screw Attack fighting that guy with the glasses thing. And watching that video, it's just like, damn, I forgot about like half of these people, and then some of them, it's like, oh yeah, I actually kind of like them.
And then you're like,
hello,
oh.
welcome. We're talking about Douglas. Yeah.
Doug Funny.
Doug Funny. Douglas humor from the Nickelodeon cartoon Douglas. No, we're not. We're talking about Doug Walker. Well, we were talking about AVGN, and then we were talking about the Irate Gamers, so we're just talking about, like, videos of theirs that we remember. I don't know if I remember. That's the thing. I have, like, AVGN and Irate Gamer bits that I fondly remember and think of regularly. I don't know that I have a single Nostalgia Critic bit that I think of regularly. I remember the Bat credit card thing. I don't think it's that funny.
Bat credit card?
Somebody referenced that in a video I was watching recently, and I found it funny.
It's funnier when people joke about it, like, more than the actual bit.
Yeah, no, like, which is the thing with the Irate Gamer stuff, too, but the Irate Gamer stuff is legitimately funnier. Like, the get the fuck off of my property bit is, like, actually funny. Because it's a real joke.
Yeah, actually...
Breakfast is ruined.
I don't even...
like the one where Doug Walker has, like, clones of himself, and it's, like, nowadays when he's bald. He has, like, a video where, like, each of the Dougs keeps saying, like, their name to each other in, like, a very monotone, calm voice. It's very, like...
There's a recent Doug video where there's 3 Doug Walkers.
There's, like, multiple Doug Walkers in that video.
That doesn't sound like comedy, that sounds like horror.
My favorite Doug Walker bit, I just realized.
What is it, Dara? What's your favorite?
It's the one from the advertisement he was doing, and it was just him on the computer. It's that classic GIF that everyone puts to the Mario staircase.
Oh, is it the one of him, like, freaking out, where it's, like, spelled
Yeah, freaking out on the computer.
That's a pretty good one.
Honestly, my favorite Nostalgia Critic joke is just when a completely unrelated piece of media has an explosion and then it cuts to the Nostalgia Critic opening.
Yeah.
I think the Nostalgia Critic is like two line treading between like, well, I don't know, like, what is the Nostalgia Critic's character? Because the AVGN's character is just guy who gets really, like, way too angry about... Yeah.
You didn't make it.
Who gets really, like, way too angry about old games and says really extreme things. Like, that was the essence of it, where you'll watch a video and he'll be like, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this fucking game. And it's like, that was funny back then because people didn't really do that.
I think what makes it funnier with AVGN too is, like, it's like a Looney Tunes bit, but it's swearing.
Yeah, which is interesting because Doug Walker fucking loves the Looney Tunes, and you can tell he's in some way influenced, but I don't think he gets it as much.
Yeah. Well, AVGN,
I think the Nostalgia Critic is the Family Guy of YouTubers.
Did you just say that the Nostalgia Critic is the Family Guy of YouTubers?
Yeah.
Would that make AVGN The Simpsons?
Probably.
I think AVGN would be The Simpsons in this analogy. What is Irate Gamer?
Is he American Dad?
Is he American Dad? I don't think so.
No, because American Dad's actually better than Family Guy.
No, American Dad is too good.
Yeah, I think he can't be South Park either because South Park...
I mean, they both kind of suck.
I mean, yeah,
he's like
one
of those Nick at Night. One of those Nick at Night.
He's a George Lopez show.
Yeah.
Chris Boers is the George Lopez show. You've heard it here first. Somehow that relates to AVGN being The Simpsons, I promise.
It's just... Irate Gamer is just insert less successful animated comedy.
Yeah, like, what's like a Simpsons ripoff that, like, didn't take off, really?
I don't know. F is for family.
Dude, any stupid thing that, like, Animated atrocities from Mr.
No, but
Enter,
people
you
like
know?
that one. Animated atrocities. That's ironically, I think animated atrocities is the Alan Gregory of this scenario.
And he reviewed Alan Gregory on that show.
That was that I think me making that comparison would personally make him angry, which is why I'm making it.
Animated atrocities?
That was the Mr. Enter one.
Oh god.
Yeah. Do you remember, we were just talking about SpongeBob episodes that made us angry. Do you remember the one, I forget which episode it was, but where he's talking about an episode of SpongeBob, and he calls out the writer, and he says that the writer should, like, kill himself, and, like, says that he has, like, a Twitter?
I don't know which episode he did that
I don't
on,
remember.
but
I know which writer he was talking about, but I don't remember what episode made him that angry.
Is there...
Wasn't there one where he showed he was 3 or 4 writers and he was like, these guys shouldn't have jobs?
Yes,
Yeah,
he did
was.
100% say that.
Yeah.
And then his fans sent them death threats on Twitter. It was really cool and fun.
That's fucked up.
Hold on,
really
I gotta find it.
Thing to do. I think one of the writers was someone who had worked on season 2 of SpongeBob 2, so he had written a bunch of good episodes as well. But then he stayed on the show and wrote some bad ones.
I hate to say it's just cartoons, but it's just cartoons.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is I think
could have. All right,
cartoons
I'm
are
checking
wonderful
TV
and
tropes.
interesting, but cartoon YouTube is a horrible cesspit.
I'm checking TV tropes.
What makes AVGN good is the self-awareness of not actually getting mad about video games and movies and shit.
I feel like he's more conscious of the fact that he's playing a character, because I genuinely believe these games are making the angry video game nerd angry and not making James Rolfe angry, you know? And I get the impression that he's leaning into that deliberately, whereas the nostalgia critic, I feel like the line between him and Doug is blurred a little bit.
And then the line between Cinema Sins and Jeremy is the same line.
After AVGN.
What, after AVGN? Sorry?
Because AVGN came out in 2005, I think.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
And it's if you start watching ones that are in mid-2010s, that line starts to blur.
Yeah, I think that might be part of why people don't like the newer ones as much.
Oh, I just mean other critics.
Oh,
other
sure,
ones that
yeah.
came out. I think AVGN stayed pretty consistently a character.
If anything, I think actually, come to think of it, he probably leaned more into that because it got increasingly absurd. I think the charm of a lot of early ones is nothing that absurd is happening. He's just saying really absurd things.
Yeah.
I think it's possible the episode that Enter got his notoriety of
ones are so
kill
harsh.
yourself.
It's so funny.
I think it could be Pet Sitter Pat.
It was probably something like that, Pet Sitter Pat, or
It was either Pet Sitter Pat or Stuck in the Ringer, according to
It's one of those
me
ones.
checking TV tropes.
I just talked about how thinking about Stuck in the Ringer makes me personally angry and upset, and I'm not projecting that onto the people who wrote the fucking episode at all. I really don't know or care who wrote that. Mr. Enter watched an episode of SpongeBob and it made him so mad that he was these people should be fucking fired.
It was Pet Sitter Pat, and also.
I mean, that's a bad episode, but
I don't remember what that episode was. Was it
that's just
Patrick
Patrick takes care of Gary, and he does a bad job and doesn't listen and kind of abuses Gary, and it's not very funny. It's not a good episode, but Jesus Christ, I don't even think it's the worst episode.
I don't remember much about Stuck in the Ringer other than SpongeBob got stuck and he got really sad.
Well, yeah, and then Patrick's an asshole, and then everyone's like, SpongeBob, you were wrong for getting mad at Perk Trick. And then they cry about it, and then SpongeBob's out of the ringer, and he says, I guess crying really does solve your problems after all. And it's not very funny. There's not anything particularly... I mean, that's part of what does it for me, is there's some episodes of SpongeBob where it's oh, this episode's kind of mean. It's yeah, but it's actually funny. What gets me about something like Stuck in the Ringer is it's mean and it's also not funny. So it's just not fun to watch. But yeah, no, I don't know, there are episodes from that era of SpongeBob that, I think because I have, the childhood attachment to SpongeBob, they make me upset. But it's also, it's a fucking cartoon, I don't... people who wrote fucking some of those episodes I hate also probably wrote episodes I liked. I really don't give a shit. I've seen, like, some of those people who wrote some of those really hated episodes talking about them or, like, other things they've worked on, and it's like, I don't know, they seem like nice, normal people because they are, because it's almost like writing a bad fucking 11-minute SpongeBob episode doesn't make you a bad person.
Speaking of good episodes, I really liked, as a kid, I liked the AVGN Super Pitfall video.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
I think my favorite...
I fucked it up.
Yeah, my favorite AVGN videos were always on the games that were stupidly obtuse, I think.
Those are pretty funny. Like, I really like the, I was thinking a while ago about the Milan Secret Castle video.
Yeah, Milan Secret Castle?
Where he's like, let me just look this up or something really quick. And, like, he's sitting in, like, a completely safe area and just, like, shit starts attacking him and he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's one of those classic, way too stupidly obtuse games that I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I was gonna say, like, ooh, Zelda-like, but no, if anything, Tower of Jiraga-like. Like, Jiraga definitely contributed to a lot of early, like, game design being really esoteric, in that kind of way.
I used to watch some guy. When I hear the word Jiraga, I think of this one guy who made videos called Jiraga1, where he made a bunch of stupid videos about, like, computers. It was great. I miss that guy.
Fucking talk about monkey ball.
No. You had a person from the inside of Cinemassacre talk to you about the ball.
It was like one of the dudes that's in like James's band, I think.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Fucking
the fucking like really not great.
I forget what they're called. Vivian, we're on stream right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I don't have any connection to that world, and we've been shit-talking people all day. I just thought you'd want to be aware of that.
Oh, no. I mean, he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
We didn't say anything bad about Cinemassacre, don't worry.
We didn't say anything bad about Cinemassacre.
Oh, no, I didn't... No, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to...
No, you're fine. I'm just saying, if he DM'd you, and he's not gonna fucking watch those, but could you imagine getting a DM? Hey, I heard you were talking shit about fucking.
It's fine.
Whatever that band is called.
I was being mean. I just don't like video game parody bands.
That's fine. Yeah, no, I get
not
you.
a big fan of that genre.
You don't like Dwayne and Brando? You don't like Dwayne and Brando?
I like his work on AVGN.
You don't like, I'm trying to think of, like, really old-ass video game parody bands. I mean, you don't like the Brental Floss albums?
Oh god.
See, I haven't thought about
mean?
Dwayne and Brando in a long time, but except for the fact that I still occasionally think of the Mario 3 rap.
Like, I can't get into, like, Starbomb and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Like,
I used to listen to Starbomb when I was 13.
I listened to, like, I think, like, 3 of their songs when I was, like, 13, 14, probably.
I found Ninja Sex Party more tolerable than Starbomb at this point in my life, yeah.
At least the
I have-
videos are really, really fun,
I have-
and the music's
That's true.
pretty good.
What was it? Who the heck was Brental Floss?
Brental Floss.
I have a thing about it.
The production value for Ninja Sex Party is really good.
Oh, yeah. Increasingly so.
I give them huge credit for just, like, not, like, stopping.
I saw them live one time and it was pretty fun.
Hell yeah.
What were you saying about Brental Floss, Dara?
I always, what struck out in my mind very strongly was his bias against Mega Man 7.
I remember somebody did a Mega Man 7 with lyrics, and it'll always stick in my mind. Toward the end, he just goes, regardless of what Brental Floss says, he's wrong. Mega Man 7 is great. And I'm like, good for you, man.
And then I played Mega Man 7, and I'm like, there's a couple of issues that are called Widely Capsule 7, but
yeah,
for the most part, the game is pretty good.
I mean, I just get the impression that he's just like a Mega Man boomer who exclusively likes 2 and 3.
No, for real. I can already tell you that is the Mega Man boomer who likes Mega Man 2.
What's the lyric where he directly gives his opinion? 3 was good, 4 was pretty good. 5 and 6 were okay. 7 sucked big dinosaur balls. Pow pow. That's the lyric. I cannot do this right now.
I think you should just do a Peak 2 freestyle.
Oh man, you're gonna reduce me down to going back to Peak 2?
That's quick game.
I mean, at the rate we're going now, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna
hit
last.
next heat.
Okay.
And then just exit the run from here.
Okay. Give up.
You know
My
what? You know what
favorite
you should do? You know what I think you should do? You should just do
What's
some
that?
free ride.
Come on and take a free ride. Yeah, we'll free ride for a little bit before we end stream and do sync too.
Free
That
Ride
sounds
is one
like-
of those songs that I am very familiar with, but through a reason that's
No, you're
stupid.
good. You're good.
Let's just go to
Like
the
it's one of
throne,
those
see what
songs.
happens.
It's one of those songs where it's like, yes, this is a very popular song that most people have heard. I learned it through Cars, the
yeah,
video
make her fit
game.
worse. I found out you could give Kaori cat ears and a stupid, shitty little visor, and so I have. You can't really see it super clearly right now, but it's a disgusting fit. It's a truly repulsive, not matching at all fit.
Cars, the
Man.
video game, introduced me to way too many good normal songs.
I'm sorry, does Cars the video game have, like, licensed music in it?
Quite a bit of it,
Why?
because it's a Disney movie from 2006.
Wouldn't it just have, like, are the songs, like, from the movie?
Most of them are not. No,
Why the fuck?
it's just got a lot. It just got a lot of good, like, I don't even fucking know what the term. It's not necessarily country music, but like
Southern rock adjacent, like...
yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. That's interesting to me, because in my brain, you license Life as a Highway and then you make a generic OST. So
I
that's
mean, the
interesting
answer is
that they
I don't
took
think
more
you can
effort.
find a. I don't think you can really find a composer who's very good at doing Southern twang. So it's like, fuck it, we're just gonna
could.
license a bunch of cool highway music and also all American rejects.
That's an interesting outlier, but I guess it makes sense for the time.
It was in the Piston Cup races.
Ah.
It's like, okay, so we're not in the desert. We're doing cool. We're doing cool NASCAR shit.
Oh, Johnny, I have something funny to say about this.
Yeah, what's
So,
up?
if you park yourself on a punching bag, like just stop on one, it'll keep punching, and
Does
it
that
counts.
count as 6 different ones? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Can I... for
Like
the love of
that is the
God,
Cars
stop?
soundtrack. It's basically a
You can
combination.
retry.
Yeah.
Like it was just somebody who went through all of the music they could to compose a soundtrack. Like, okay, you are a really cool modern race car who also lives in the fucking middle of nowhere desert.
That's really funny. Okay, I'm fucking
So
this
you
up,
had to
but I
get,
might
like,
be able
two
to do
whole
it
vibes.
legitimately. If I just keep, like, purposefully wiping out, and then I can look at the Cars soundtrack when I'm done. Okay,
I
yeah,
think-
no, I'm sucking at this. 1 second.
I don't even remember what I was talking about earlier.
We were
I've
talking
lost
about
it.
Douglas, and then it all drifted away under a sea of fucking Doug. Well, we were at one point talking about the SpongeBob episode with the disgusting fries.
That's too far back.
Okay, so it was somewhere between SpongeBob disgusting
It was
fries
after
and
I
Doug
mentioned
Walker.
Super like Pitfall AVGN.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're talking about esoteric games like Milan's Secret Castle.
Why do you call it like that?
How are you supposed to say it, Milon?
Isn't it Mylon?
I don't know that it matters.
Okay, who cares?
I don't know that I've ever heard it said out loud.
It's a bad game, so it doesn't matter.
Didn't they make a bunch of those?
You know what? They made a Game Boy one.
Wasn't it like Hudson, so they probably made it on like the PC Engine also?
Yeah, it's a Hudson game, so it's stupid. That's my opinion
So
on
it's-
Hudson.
You don't like Hudson? But what about Bomberman's?
Okay, well, Bomberman's pretty alright.
I like
And
that
Mario Party is
Bomberman
pretty alright.
cannot for the life of itself decide on any type of consistent lore. I think that's
I think half of the Hudson games out there
Yeah.
are just kind of stupid bad, but like,
There's some, but like it's if you go over the scale of the entire Bomberman franchise, it's constantly contradicting itself and then just like reframing and making shit up.
So it's like Monkey Ball.
Yes, but much worse.
Real.
It makes much less consistent sense than Monkey Ball.
Oh,
Like, there's fundamentally
Hudson's mad
incompatible facts
Moped.
between Bomberman games.
Doesn't he have
Here.
like a consistent homeworld and shit?
I mean, I think it's always referred to as Planet Bomber.
Okay.
That's about it. But like in the early games, it's like, oh, he was created by a guy named like Dr. Mitsumori. And then in the later games, there's just an entirely different Doctor character, and it's not clear what his relationship with Bomberman is. So it's like, did they?
I found a list
forget?
of the licensed music in the first two
and-
Cars games.
Who's the one in the Xbox game?
That is supposed to narratively be a remake of the NES Bomberman, and I'm not kidding. It's supposed to narratively be a remake of the instruction manual story of NES Bomberman.
There was a hubris in the mid-2000s.
Yeah, which is also why that game
It was
has like
Mega Man
no
2!
fucking
I'm sorry.
content in it.
I was thinking of Mega Man.
Like, there's so many insane things. There's one character where I think in some Bomberman games he like kind of has a crush on her, but then in other games they're siblings.
Right.
So there's like Bomberman incest.
Oh, ew.
There's like God, there's I'll show you. I'll actually just pull it up because I don't give a shit. There's a short. There was a dude who made like an 8-hour video talking about every single goddamn Bomberman game, and it's a banger. But there's a bit in that video where he's just like listing off all of the Bomberman characters, and some of them it's like, oh god, there's like 5 characters with the same name or with very similar names.
So I got distracted looking up Cars the video game. When the fuck did we start talking about Bomberman?
We're
Because I
talking
mentioned
about Milan's Secret Castle.
Because I was talking about how half of the
Yeah.
Hudson games that are out there are like garbage.
Yeah.
I made Mario Party.
Yeah, I wasn't including that. That's the good half. I'm talking about Super Mario Bros. Special.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, he does this bit. They said, oh, the Bomberman characters are all in this online game, and he's like, all of them?
All of them?
Anyway, my unfinished thought. Let me really quick. Okay, John doesn't need to listen. Is that I just don't understand why so many people say that Mega Man 2 is the best Mega Man game, at least in classic Mega Man, because no, it's
This
not.
goes on for, I think, like a full minute.
Oh my goodness. It had an anime?
Yeah, it did.
Is it consistent with the lore?
Fuck no.
All I know about the anime is the
Oh
dolphin
my
with
god, the
boobs.
like PSP game where they're like Super Sentai.
Is it like Bomberman X?
Bomberman Jetters. The GameCube game Bomberman Jetters is based on the anime.
Is it on JetX?
No, it never got an English dub.
Unfortunate. What are they doing?
That bit where he's like, oh, am
There's
I
too many
really gonna
boobs
list
in
all
it,
the
sorry.
characters from Bomberman Land on the Wii? That game alone.
What about the
Amazing stream content.
What about
Just
the-
Johnny showing the video to just Vivian.
Yeah.
What about the Hudson Soft classic Nuts and
Yeah.
Milk?
It's a banger. Dude, I've heard that Nuts and Milk is kind of sick, actually. Wait, did Hudson actually genuinely make Sonic Shuffle?
Yes.
How the fuck is Sonic Shuffle that goddamn bad, then? They
'Cause
made
that's the-
Mario Party.
That's the bad half of Hudson I was talking
Was that
about.
like the B team made Sonic Shuffle? That
That's
game
like the
fucking
guys who
blows.
made Super Mario Bros. Special or whatever.
Oh my god. Have you actually sat down and played Sonic Shuffle?
Yeah, it's really fucking exhausting.
I've never even been able to finish a fucking game of Sonic Shuffle because it sucks so bad.
It's torture.
It's so fucking bad. I've finished games of Pac-Man Party and Fever, and Pac-Man Fever is terrible,
Say
but
what-
it's so much better.
Say what you will about
The
this,
ol-
I cannot get through a whole round of like Sonic Shuffle sober.
It's actually hell.
It's impossible to do it with like a fully functional brain.
Yeah, no, it can't be done.
The only thing I can say about Sonic Shuffle is it's supposedly slightly better if you have multiple VMUs.
If I played Sonic
That's really
Shuffle,
funny.
it better be with some wine and some cheese.
Guys, what about the Hudson Sock classic Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom?
Isn't Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom good, though?
Okay, maybe.
It's funny that you're listing, like, the funniest names for games that they have, and I'm like, oh, I hear that one's actually really good. I hear that Nuts and Milk is kind of a cult classic, actually.
I have played Nuts and Milk once, so...
I'm one short, I swear to... Wait, no, that counted because I actually did stop on it correctly that time. This stream is going to hell, because, like, I was telling Vivian this earlier, but, like, I got sick on Tuesday, and, like, I'm doing pretty alright. Except, like, my brain capacity is extremely low. So Doug Walker came up once, and I think it was curtains for this stream making any sense.
What do you mean they... What?
What?
What about the game?
They helped develop, like,
I love the game, dude.
Fatal Fury games on the
Did they really?
PC Engine CD.
Why the fuck? That's weird. How do you guys feel about the game, dude?
He's so rude.
He's the gamer with a bad attitude, some were saying.
I've never heard of this man.
You've
outside
never
of you
heard of
guys
the
talking
game,
about him.
dude?
Outside of us.
Dude, you've never heard of Peach's Fantasy Deckland?
You've never watched that
No.
video?
You've never thought about how long it takes to select Wario.
Okay, so...
I've seen that clip, but I've
That's
never
him, that's
watched.
the game, dude.
So, Johnny, what we're doing today is we're watching
like
big
shitty
videos.
YouTube videos from like 2010.
Well, no, we start off with the really good Pac-Man kill screen
Yes,
video.
you start by
And
showing
then-
us an actual video.
And then we get Game Dude Mario Kart, and then some classic AVG and Pong consoles, and then some, like, Doug Walker nostalgic commercials.
Yeah, and then...
So you're
like,
punishing
irate gamer
me
out
for
of
my
context.
hubris today.
No, we're culturing you. We're teaching you the ways of fine society.
I knew the ways of fine society as a kid, and it ruined me.
Is it
I knew
because-
about this fucking Spigonia Sonic videos.
Is that what you were doing instead of watching the Nostalgia Critic in the Game Dude?
Yes, I was doing that and apparently watching Irate Gamer.
Good news, guys. Hudson made Frogger's Adventures the Rescue.
Woohoo. AJ, I somehow did all of those things. I watched all of those people and the Speakonia Sonic videos, and I think it may have contributed to my completely dysfunctional brain.
Like, I watched a lot of shit on YouTube, but I also avoided most of the time I avoided a lot of the swear-heavy videos because I was a child and afraid I would get in trouble.
Oh, sure. I got in trouble a lot for watching the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Hey, Johnny, I have a proposition to make.
Yeah.
Go to the lodge, save your game, and we're ending stream so we can go watch some videos so we still have daylight left.
I would agree. Also, Spin Dash. What about the True Hudson Classic, Bill Lantier's Combat Basketball? Spin Dash, what the fuck are you talking about?
What about some Punchball Mario Bros?
Oh my god, I forgot about Punchball Mario.
With the
Bros, dude.
amazing, awesome, like...
Oh, you're
like,
gonna be able to see her
manual?
awful fit. Maybe.
What's like the Punchball Mario Bros lore? There's like some nonsense in the...
Which
in
one
the
is
story.
which one's the version of Mario Bros on the Famicom that has like ads for ramen between levels?
Oh, I don't know, but I got this one for you. At some point, humans gained the ability to use tools. At first, they were simple things, using the bones of animals and fragments of rock. Using their wisdom, humans improved their tools, harnessing fire, wind, and nowadays even atomic energy. They
Vivian,
began to
keep
build a
this forward.
sophisticated culture. On the other hand, however, there are people who still only use stone.
Oh yeah.
How do they catch game and defend themselves from outsiders? Using only their strong jumping power and stone spheres. They use those skillfully
The
to
rainbows
defend
are the
themselves.
Okay.
Here, we introduce two such people. It seems their names are Mario and Luigi. Will they ever learn about sophisticated
It just
culture?
needs to match more. I'm sorry, Daro. Is this the plot to Punchball Mario Bros?
Yes.
What the
The
fuck
plot,
do you
the
mean?
plot to Punchball Mario Bros. is that Mario and Luigi are unsophisticated humans using primitive tools.
What do you mean Mario and Luigi are unsophisticated humans using primitive tools?
What?
This is in the manual for Punchball Mario Bros. And the goddamn fucking like
PC-88.
PC-88. Why?
I have never even heard of this fucking video game.
We're gonna do so much learning, AJ. It's gonna be so cool.
Every time I learn from you, bad things happen.
What do you mean? Your life's going well. You're getting a truck. You're getting a Pac-Man air hockey table.
I'm not gonna buy the Pac-Man air hockey table. I can't in good faith buy the Pac-Man air hockey table yet.
So you're gonna steal the Pac-Man air hockey table.
I'm going to acquire storage space before I look into getting a Pac-Man air hockey table.
Damn you and your fiscal responsibility. We'll see if you're feeling that way after we show you the game, dude.
I'm sorry, implying that I have fiscal responsibility.
He just bought like a Lego UCS Star Destroyer, alright?
It wasn't a UCS Star Destroyer, it was a normal Star Destroyer.
Listen, fiscal responsibility can be a relative thing. It's not complete fiscal responsibility. Mario and Luigi as Spongegar and Patsar. I hate it. I am Mario Tron. I am John Tron.
That's not it. Clown music's more accurate.
I need
Yeah, that's
to,
the John
I
Tron
need
theme
to
song.
buy an empty warehouse.
Okay.
Good stream, everybody.
Yeah, do you guys like, in the chat, do you guys like how each of these streams is more esoteric and awful than the last? Because I'm enjoying it a lot.
I think we need to play a game that has a plot.
I think
We're
Johnny,
not going to be able to focus.
Johnny, I think you graduated from SSXy.
What do you mean I graduated?
You got to the end of the game. You didn't beat it, but you got to the end of it.
I mean, we could play something else and I could just beat it on my own time.
That's what I meant. Besides, next week is the you and whoever the heck you want to bring along club, because you know what? Don't go playing Flash games again while I'm gone, because I'm gonna get sad, because it's gonna be like, oh,
you're gone next week? Is it PAX?
Yeah, PAX.
It just said this is the beginning, Johnny.
I have no concept of time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be there, so you gotta figure something out.
I'll do something.
Don't watch commercials without me. Actually, that's more important. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
I'm not gonna do a Daro coded activity.
Oh yeah, go play some like Tokimeki Memorial.
Play Tokimeki Memorial. I kind of would. That would be fun, actually.
Batman.
Batman. Alright, I'm gonna end stream. Good night, chat. We're gonna teach AJ about the birds and the Nostalgia Critic.